Hello. We're both tired,
We're both here somehow.
but we're here. And a week early as well, just for your pleasure.
Yep. We just missed you guys way too much. Has nothing to do with the fact that I'll be out of town next weekend.
No, nothing like
That's
that.
all it is.
Oh man. I am tenderized, honestly. We were just talking before we went live there. We're both getting our arses kicked this week.
Yeah.
And then, like, what do you do for fun? Well, I plan shows and we'll come on and we'll talk about stuff and like try to be high energy. And yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's like as soon as I'm done with this, if I got time in between, I'm taking a fucking nap before I gotta work on my sister's car.
Yay. That's sometimes you know. Our game got cancelled last night, and I've just got myself in the routine of I don't sleep on Saturdays. I sleep in the morning, and then I know I'm through to 4 o'clock in the morning. But the game got cancelled last night because a couple of people couldn't turn up. But my brain's still wired. So I'm like, the worst thing is when you're trying to sleep and you can't.
Mm-hmm.
So today I'm just like, and not even worthwhile doing something, just friggin'. But fun times.
Definitely.
So you never got lost out in the wilderness.
You are. Did you just like hit your mic or something? That was a weird chirp.
Oh, that's the bird.
Oh, okay. We got
talking to him. He's been like super hyper today. Trying to calm him down before we start.
Well, fuck, get him his own mic. Shit. No, luckily didn't get.
No, if those two come in here, it'd be absolute chaos. See all this? That would be on the floor.
That's true.
You've seen one of the videos when Pip got in here one day and she's like opening the skeletons and pecking things and jumping about, and I'm like, right, you go. Like, no, having fun here. As utter destruction ensues.
I mean, it's what you get for having cool shit, man. The birds want some too.
Yeah, because they don't have an entire room full of toys and perches and everything.
It's different. Like it's one thing when it's supposed to be yours. It's totally another thing when it's not. Yeah,
we constantly have the TV debate because it's like, no, you don't go on the TV. Yes, we do. No, and they seem to wait till I come in or out. The minute I sit down, the bounce over. We shites to know.
I mean, if it wasn't such a good perch, they wouldn't use it.
Yeah. I have to clean it every time as well because these are little presents and like. But that's the joys,
right?
Well, the podcast had a busy month anyway. We're steaming ahead as always. We need to organize the next Clive Barker thing, but it's just
right.
Went out the window. Knew you were busy, so it's like wasn't happening this month. So we'll get it.
Yeah, definitely not this month.
Only 1 or 2 of them left to do.
I know we're getting real close. It's weird.
Real close.
Didn't think it would come this fast.
Yeah, I thought there would be a larger body of work, but apparently not. And then we're going with the rules, not produced, but actually adapted from the books, so that kind of narrows it down.
Yeah,
that man's got his fingers in every pie. But fair play. But anyway, God, I'm like, the energy's really high here today, isn't it?
It really is. We're here. We're all about this.
Yeah, that's it. We're here. What more do you want? You want to be entertained? Fuck off the other podcast.
Right. Yeah. What are you watching this shit for?
Half standards, but we've got some stuff coming up anyway. In the old movie world, it's really hard to get movie news.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot going on.
Yeah, they're all saving it for next month, and then it's just going to be dumped.
Yeah,
but we have our.
This one's pretty exciting. Finally got some stills for the new Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
We'll do that. That's better, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. Is that Tigger?
I fucking hope so.
Because I thought it was Pooh, but he lost weight. He's wearing the same shirt.
Oh, you mean the first picture? No, man,
yeah.
That's Pooh. That's definitely
Pooh, isn't it? They've changed his mask, though.
Maybe. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously they changed his mask.
Yeah. Because the mask was a bit frumpier.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, if he lost a bunch of weight, it makes sense.
Mm.
So, yeah, scrolling down to the bottom, you see him, like, sitting in a chair, and he's definitely a lot smaller than he was in the first one.
Yeah, so Yeah, so as promised, sequel to this year's Winnie the Pooh slasher movie's on the way. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I'm all about that.
So what's it gonna? Is it gonna be a chase sequence or something, or is it Christopher Robin trying to hunt Pooh down? I can't remember how the last one ended. How did the last one end? I've actually forgotten.
They just kind of left.
They just it just went.
I don't remember who made it. It's been a minute since I've watched it, but I think there was like one or two people that survived. I can't remember if Christopher Robin actually got
He did
out.
survive.
He did? Okay.
I don't think the girl
The
survived.
last time I was watching it, I was going through all the extra features and the alternate ending and stuff, so it's all jumbled up.
Yeah, it was a bit of a messy ending, if I remember rightly. Just kind of left you hanging. Which, so I think actually Christopher Robin was the only one that survived.
No, I thought the girls survived too. Or
did she not get
shit? I don't remember.
Off at the end. There's possibly one or two survivors anyway. So the sequel also featured the characters Christopher Robin, Piglet, and Owl. I thought Piglet got killed.
So did I, but I'm assuming he just got beat the fuck up.
Well, it's one of these. They're like Jason Voorhees type characters. All right, lovely.
Okay, so, yeah, I guess it's only Christopher Robin that got away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this be Owl then, I'm guessing?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, either that or
Piglet?
Fucking weird Sketsky looking thing got in.
Yeah. Like that's proper creepy.
Yeah. Yeah, if nothing else, at least the costumes are going to be beautiful to look at, so I don't really care if it's good or not.
Fuck you, Chris. He's trying to stir shit for this. Right, no, okay. I'm just going to come in, stir the pot, and then leave. Yeah, right, okay. We're not having that conversation again.
What about how I was right? Because that movie was fucking fantastic.
Fuck you. We're talking about this movie, which could either might be an improvement. This guy might actually learn to put plot together.
I mean, it's a slasher. It doesn't need to have a plot or story. It
helps so if you can actually go linear sometimes, just helps a bit. Have they changed Piglet?
I mean, it kind of looks like they changed everybody. Like, I don't remember Piglet looking like that, and it looks like he's going to be able to articulate his mouth a lot more, so I'm okay with the changes. I feel like this is the kind of movie that it's okay to be completely different from one to the other.
Oh, yeah.
It's stupid. It doesn't matter anyways.
Fair enough. Yeah, because I was actually surprised in the first one how articulate Pooh's mask was. Because when you see it in the first still, it looks shit. And then you're like, oh god, this is just a serial killer or somebody wearing a mask. And then they actually saw the articulation during the movie was cool.
Yeah, like the scenes of him eating honey, that shit was so fucking cool.
Yeah, that I never forget that. That was brilliant. That's actually one of the best scenes. I'm not getting hear what this is.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it
doesn't look human.
Well, I mean, that goes without saying.
Yeah.
Maybe that's gonna be Tigger. Who knows? I don't know. I'm fucking excited.
Yeah.
I definitely.
I think it's just gonna be if it's just like dumb fun, carnage and mess. Doesn't take itself too seriously. Will be good.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that.
There was that hint of taking itself a wee bit too seriously. I think the first one, and just he needs to dial back on that. Develop a bit of a sense of humor.
Well, I get it. Like, if you're gonna do a slasher, the first one's got to be serious. After that, then you can slowly start injecting the humor into it.
Do you think you're going to talk this time?
I hope not. Like, I thought that was fantastic with the first one. Like, they had pretty much wiped away all the humanity in themselves, minus, being bipeds and wearing clothes.
And using machinery and
I mean
everything else apart from talking, but that's okay. Oh, the comments are brilliant in this.
I believe it.
I'd rather watch my cat take a shit in slow motion loop for an hour and a half than this.
I mean,
Whatever floats your boat.
everybody's got their kinks, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, this shit's funny. People are so fucking stupid. It's like why?
Wow,
why
what
even
the first out in February? That was why right. Why don't people fucking edit before they hit send or go back in? Blah, 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 blah. Like that just makes you look like you can have the most valid point in the planet, but if you type like that, you lose it.
Yeah, this shit's funny going through this shit.
Sad thing is,
it's like all lowercase, not spelled correctly, no punctuation.
yeah, just
Clearly, we got a fucking scholar here.
I'll actually put more effort in the actual article because that's it.
Yeah, I mean, it's bloody disgusting. Like, we can't expect news or anything. At least we got pictures or stills of the movie, so
It's probably nicked from another website. The
not all they're good for, right?
I do get frustrated because all I want to do is find horror news, just what's coming out when. That's it. And this is the best. This is the shiniest turd of the websites.
Yeah, it's pretty disappointing.
But the amount of shite that they freaking just these random fluff piece articles that serve no purpose, just like what are you doing?
Well, and it's just funny, like that last one, that wasn't even a fucking article.
No, just
that was probably the press kit. They just copied and pasted it and then put pictures to it and said, "This is my article.
I wrote it." But to get away with it, that's the thing. Like, and almost these are interns and are waiting for their real job, but for fuck's sake, let's put a bit of effort in if you're wanting to be taken seriously.
Right.
I don't know. So if I don't like the access media anyway because they're pointless. And they actually put you off movies.
Yeah.
Like you can like a movie, and once them dipshits get involved, you're like, no, okay, I'm not in the mood now.
Well, God, then I'm looking at the next article, and it's
I couldn't find anything. I'm really struggling. So Sam Raimi is back on the fray, but I don't think it's actually his movie.
Nah. It says Sam Raimi produced, so it's like cool. He's putting some money towards something. Yeah. Basically, they're going to be using his name to get asses in seats.
Yeah, which is probably not. And I love the way it's going, starring Finn Wittrock. Who the hell is that?
Well, and it's funny because starring Finn Wittrock, but that's not Finn Wittrock or blah, 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 whatever. The fucking guy. The picture. So, yeah, that guy, he's from American Horror Story and a few other things. He's creepy as fuck. So,
what was a Freak Show? I got as far as Freak Show.
Yeah,
I got about halfway through Freak Show and then I just gave up.
See, I made it as far as getting to the Trump season, and I could only do like 2 episodes, and I was like, I can't watch this shit. Like, I wasn't excited the dude got elected either. I fucking hate him, but come on. Entertain me. Don't give me, oh, wow, Trump's bad. Cool, we know.
It's... don't start fucking, especially dumb Yankistani politics, fucking gives me a headache.
Yeah.
I blame wrestling.
I wish it was like wrestling. Fuck, be more entertaining. Like, I would be okay with the country going to shit and my life being ruined because of other people who don't understand what the average American man goes through. If they put on some tights and beat the fuck out of each other with some chairs. Like, I'd be okay with that. At least it would entertain me.
Could be a thing. Just get them in the Thunderdome.
I mean, we're not that far off. I mean, it's slowly getting to the point where Idiocracy is not a comedy anymore. It's a fucking documentary. So I give it
same as Demolition Man. That was meant to be a warning, not a fucking blueprint.
Yeah, that movie. Good times.
I just love life right now. Brilliant.
Yeah, no, this sounds pretty good. I mean, serial killer giving somebody a paralytic agent, and she's got to run away before it kicks in. It's like, but you get stuck with that. I mean, aren't you gonna be paralyzed? The fuck are you gonna do then?
I don't know if it's permanent or is it?
Well, it's permanent if the killer catches her. So
yeah, love that's But if she finds it deep enough hole to go into and then let it wear off, then
it's a shame because this article says pretty much nothing except for these are the two people in it, and Sam Raimi's producing along with Hammerstone. And we're gonna
George Squires, he wrote both.
What's that?
The same guy, this guy. He did the last article as well.
It's probably just one person.
Yeah, that's right. It's the same guy that did both articles.
No, I'm saying like the website. It's probably just one person.
Yeah, just.
Oh, yep, editor-in-chief. So it's just him.
White knuckle ride of a film with talent such as Kelsey and Finn. Schindler Nito said in the news statement. On top of that, we got a team with the teams at Raimi, Capstone, and Hammerstone. Yeah, it's saying a bunch of nothing. It could be a throwaway movie. It could be really good.
Yeah, I mean, either way, I'll go see it.
Yeah, it was just like I said, the only reason I picked it up because it looks like Sam Raimi's getting back into the scene again. But
yeah, no, it's just his company.
Yeah,
it's whatever. I mean, maybe he'll get him to do something other than a superhero movie.
Yeah, I think that time is now thankfully coming to a close.
I doubt it. People don't want stories. People just want the same fucking thing and
flashy
bright
lights.
colors. And I mean, more power to them. If that's what entertains you, then cool. But yeah, I'm over it. I've been over it for years. Well, I mean, I guess Blue Beetle was pretty fun, but I also really like that character. Other than that, no.
I like them in what do you call that? What was that animated series? Young Justice, was it?
Oh, Young Justice, yeah.
That was it, Young Justice.
Yeah, I never watched that.
Oh, what's bits? It's like flopped on now and again. It's all right. I was busy dealing with all the sidekicks, but I was then starting to degenerate into teeny shite.
Yeah, when it came to that shit, like I was all about Teen Titans Go, but that's about the only thing I watched.
Obviously, I like the animated series, and I like the Justice League, the original one. That was cool. But then after that, it kind of went from the. I did a thing like they're advertising DC stuff, and I'm just like not interested, irrelevant. And that's when you know. That's when you know you've hit the point. You're like, I'm over this.
Well, the thing is, it's like the problem is with DC, they've always been a much darker company than Marvel, like especially with the New 52 and Marvel Now or whatever the fuck the reboot shit was. Like Marvel's so bright and inviting. DC's always just been like, it's like the Batman. He's a fucking crybaby that hides in the corner and is just obsessed with the dark. And that's the shit they need to embrace, but they never did. And it just, like, they didn't have any faith in the product. Like, the only thing that's been good with DC really has been, like, the animated series and the movies and shit.
Their animated movies were pretty decent.
Yeah, all of them.
And I'm just like...
been pretty fucking good. Yeah. And it sticks with the story, too. Like, Flashpoint Paradox was fucking amazing.
Even this might be
right here. That's pretty much the comic.
But Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was actually pretty decent and had a dark edge to it.
I believe it. Well, I mean, it's just like Ninja Turtles. Like that shit's fucking dark as hell. It's not the bubbly movies that we're all used to. Like it's always been a dark fucking series. At least once the whole idea of it being a parody wore off.
Just like I said, when you hit that point, you're just over it. I get more excited now. A new RPG comes out. And I'd rather read that. Which got the Alien RPG arriving
Hell yeah.
there too. And
Nice.
I'm more excited for that and reading the book and somebody putting their imagination and that sort of stuff now than any of this shit.
Fair.
Actual, you know, people taking their time to build a game system and a game and then building the universe. They're putting more thought and effort and love into the franchise than the actual franchise does, which is,
I mean, that's about how it goes.
because freaking Alien franchise shit the bed ages ago. Resurrection.
I mean, I liked it, but I was also a child when it came out, so that's
Yeah, try
probably
watching it
why.
again.
But everything else, man, has just been a disappointment. Like, it's beautiful, but boring. Like, especially Prometheus. Like, I was fucking excited for Prometheus.
Fucking headache.
And I left walking out like, wow, I just wasted like 5 hours of my life. Oh, wait, that was only like 2 hours? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, what happened? I never even bothered. Was there 1 or 2 sequels after that?
There was 2, because there was the second Prometheus and then Alien something or other.
Covenant or something, wasn't it? I didn't bother.
I don't remember. That one was fucking dumb as shit. Like, it was
After
beautiful.
Prometheus, I gave up. I just went, nah, that's just shit.
Yeah. Well, and it's so disappointing because it was beautiful. It was very well shot. It was gorgeous. To me, it was a lot like the new Dune, where it's a lot of pretty, but just holy fuck, get on with it. Like, I couldn't even tell you anything that happened in the last Dune movie because I was bored as fuck.
No, the thing is, I'd read the book and stuff. You know, I'd read all the James Herbert books, Frank Herbert books, sorry, and read up the, what was it, God Emperor of Dune? Or Dune Heretics is the last one. You know what I mean? And that's super deep, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But David Lynch's one will always have a special place in my heart because that was proper, like, there's proper dark imagery there, and the like the whole sexual connotation to the Harkonnens, not Harkonnens, Harkonnens, fucking arseholes. All that was there, and it just layered under the story, and it was brilliant. I don't know. There's a couple of good shots in Villeneuve's one, like the Sardaukar not in the performing one of their rituals, you know, with they're basically sacrificing the unworthy. You know, that's kind of thing. That was cool. There was cool Orbits. Big Dumb Momoa was in it. So the sooner he got fucking that was good because he gives me a headache watching him.
Yeah, I agree. I don't understand.
I just cringe. Him and Big Dumb Johnson, those two Muppets. Every time I see their names appear, I'm just like, oh fuck no. Can't.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of just like, you're there to look at, but that's about all you're bringing. Cool.
Now go away.
Yeah.
Dear. Yeah, I'll probably end up watching the second one just to see how they play it out. But even trailers would make it seem slow.
I'll probably possibly watch it when it comes out streaming, but there's no way in hell I'm going to sit.
I'm not going to the cinema. No.
Yeah, fuck that. I mean, on one hand, it'd be a really nice nap because the chairs are comfy and I get a bag of popcorn. But I could also do that with any other fucking movie. So it's, yeah.
I suppose, talking of nice naps, shall we dive into the release?
Absolutely. Let's do this. All right, let's talk about this shit. The Nun 2.
Right, but not because of the movie, right? This was an endurance test.
I mean, for you, not me.
Yeah.
I was pretty fucking stoked.
And let me put this into perspective. I was ball-bagged. I mean, wrecked. I mean, I come home from work on Friday and obviously started getting ready and stuff to go out again. If I had sat down or lay down, that was me. I wasn't going. I was asleep. I was just like, oh. So I went to cinema. The only thing they had, because there's no way I was making the 10:30 show, and there's no way I was making it that long. I'd have been asleep. So the only one was 9 o'clock, and it was the 40X, which is the buzzy chairs and the blood stuff in your face and all.
Mhm.
So that was fair enough.
I swear that's the only type of person that sits in those chairs are the ones that are like, shit, I didn't get a ticket. I need to get a ticket. And then that's all that's left.
Well, mine was a case of it was the only time because I was not making it. And if it didn't go on Friday night, I was not seeing this movie.
Mm-hmm.
That was just the simple fact of it. Yeah, so I'm sitting in, and of course it's doing, what it's doing is moving with the camera shots.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's doing the, as if it's walking, it's doing a bzz, 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 bzz. So that's right in my lower lumbar. But I'm absolutely aching. So I'm just sitting there going, it's going bzz, bzz, bzz. And it's rocking back and forward. And I'm just like, Shabby baby on the treetop. And there's these two wee girls next to me. And they're all like, hee hee, giggle, giggle, flash of the selfies and shit. I'm like,
so your favorite kind of people.
Absolutely. But I was so tired I didn't even want to get up and punch them. So this is flashing in my fucking camera's flashing to my side. And I just felt like dum dum dum. Oh, right. There's a priest on fire. Okay, right. I'm awake. Okay, right. So do you want to talk us through the first 10 minutes of the movie?
Yeah, I mean, first 10 minutes.
I sort of, because I was sort of watching it, I guess.
Been there before, man.
I know there's a wine carafe, and that was like the main focus of like half an hour of this movie.
Oh, half an hour. It wasn't that long. Yeah, so I mean, it starts off where we're in France at some random cathedral, and they're doing a midnight mass, and the priest side chick, altar boy, has to go down to the creepy ass basement and grab some wine. He does. Nothing happens. Totally uneventful. Has a ball with him.
No, but
then he goes back down,
focusing on the wine jug the whole way. It's like, okay, it's going to smash. It's going to drop it.
Yeah, well, and that's
right.
That jug, man, that just doesn't seem like a smart kind of jug. Like, he's got basically it's like a half-sized carboy that he's carrying around. It's like I brew. I know how awkward it is to carry those fucking things. Like, why are you going to have this kid that clearly weighs the same as that fucking carboy up and down a bunch of stairs? Like, it's just asking to be destroyed.
And that's, you get that sort of setup. You're like, okay, come on, just drop it already. Just fucking,
yeah.
Just hurry up. Yeah, so what was
it? Jesus was a pretty small dude, I would imagine. Like, people were much smaller back in the day.
Mm-hmm. Didn't get enough carbs.
Yeah, it was a lot of setup. It's like, oh, come on, when's it gonna break? And then he's just down there and it just fucking randomly explodes. Because you think, okay, he's got a fucking ball down there. There's a step stool. Like,
there's stairs.
There's E equals D. Like, let's see this shit explode. And no, it doesn't drop. It just fucking explodes, and he takes off, tells the priest, and that's when even more wacky antics ensue. Like, I love that shit, man. That was so good. I'm trying to remember what the hell it reminded me of, but for the life, I almost got like a Constantine type of feel, but in a good way. Like, I'll defend that movie till the day I die, even though it's bad. Yeah, like the whole priest getting picked up by the nun and then bursting into flames. Oh, it was so great.
That was fun.
Yeah, it's always nice when you see that kind of street justice.
Yeah, but the whole it was just funny that we're more worried about the wine jug than the characters, because that's what they were focusing on.
Wine jug fucking knew the mission and accomplished it. The other people, well, I mean, they were definitely in there.
This is a 15 as well, so you just kind of knew nothing was going to happen. It's like, come on, give us an 18 one. Or R in your title bond.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's going along with the rest of the franchise. It makes sense. Like, the thing is, when you go with almost like a classic type of horror feel, especially for modern audiences. Like, of course, it's gonna be like a PG-13. Like, there's no tits, there's very little cursing, and I mean, for Americans, like, we're all about the violence. Just give everybody guns, all kinds of explosions, beheading, all that shit. We're okay with it. But you pull a nipple out, and oh yeah, definitely an R. Yeah. Fucking stupid puritanical society.
You do get so weird about things. It's like, and there's no in between. It's just funny to watch. It's just annoying that, your culture ended up over here, and it's like, thanks to the internet, and people think that's it, and you're like,
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a little bit more than just.
Remember, we used to look across the TV and laugh at this stuff, and now it's like right in our doorstep, and you're like, okay, especially American college kids. We used to laugh at them. Oh, it's an American college kid. They were protesting about something. Haha, dickheads. And now they're doing it over here, and you're like, what the fuck? Oh, there's another American cult. Oh shit, they're here too. What the fuck?
I mean, that's just kind of the way this country works.
I was getting like a bit of a National Treasure, Da Vinci's Code sort of vibe about this movie.
I can see that. Like, after seeing the notes, I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Then I was thinking about it. I'm like, no, I guess that I kind of feel that, like having to go after the forbidden chewed bubble gum, which I'm still pissed. Like, I really enjoyed this movie, but I wanted to see the fucking eyeballs. God damn it.
Yeah, I actually put them about that. Like, I wanted to see some gnarly old eyeballs, and then I wanted to see them move about, and then I wanted to see them glow. Like, actual eyeballs, not a fucking case thing.
Yeah, definitely. God, I'm saying Raiders of the Lost Ark with the stained glass.
Oh yeah, like it's that whole, like, if, do you know what they needed was Sister what's her face, Erin. And when they're traveling, all they needed was like a picture of the train, and then the map went da 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 da.
Oh my god!
Following Valak, chasing Valak now.
That'd have been great.
But there's that whole thing of like chasing adventure and stuff, but then they never really played with it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that could have because, like, oh right, there it is, and then we see Maurice, and I'd actually forgotten about his character because it's been that long since I've seen the first one.
Fair.
So they jumped the always there at the school, and you're like, we could have maybe spent a wee bit more time on the chase.
Well, the thing is, I kind of understood why it was just like, and here's Maurice, because we get the backstory throughout the progression of the story, like why he's there and all that shit. I completely forgot about the fact that he was possessed at the end of the movie, which I don't know how I forgot that shit, because I've watched the movie pretty regularly over the years.
The problem with this universe is they're pretty forgettable. That's the thing about them. They look nice. They've got nice atmosphere and all, but half an hour after watching it, you're kind of going, and it starts receding from the brain. That's the whole universe, you know what I mean? And I like The Conjuring. I love Patrick Wilson and Pharma.
So she's kind of like a wet towel to me, like.
But I like those two. Their chemistry, you know what I mean?
The chemistry.
And I don't know anything about the Warrens. Don't care, you know. So I never bought into the real life supposed talent. So I just take them as two characters. If that makes sense. So I don't have any skin in that game. But I like those two characters' chemistry. And like I said, it's all set up nice, looks good atmosphere. But for some reason, the actual plot and story just doesn't hold.
So that's funny because, like, I feel like the only one that kind of fell for me was the Curse of La Llorona. Not that it was a bad movie, like it wasn't. It was actually a really good movie, but it felt so far removed from the series that, and I think it was sort of intentional, where it was supposed to be a surprise that it was a part of the Conjuring universe, a tie-in with the Annabelle series. But yeah, that's probably about the only one that I feel like kind of went meh in this series so far. But I'm also a sucker for this kind of shit.
Yeah, but that's what I said. Don't hate it. Watch it, but it just the actual story beats don't stay in the brain. That's because it's just that it's for the masses, so they don't want people thinking too hard, and they don't want you delving into it. It's just that how it is, and that's fair enough. Sometimes you need a bit of that.
That is true. Yeah, thinking stupid.
Yeah. I'd have, if I didn't think I'd have a happier life, I wish I could.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah,
I would love to be like that. Just, I'd be so happy.
Nice.
Just,
what do
you want me to look at now? It must. That's why they get so angry when you make them think, because they're so happy.
Mm-hmm.
But hey ho, some of us are cursed. What can I say?
Right.
Yeah. So then we'll go back to the monastery in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, it took me a minute. Oh, right, that's Sister Irene. I know the camera's focusing on her. And it's actually taking me a minute. Oh, right, yes. Oh, I remember now. Because I just haven't had a minute to stick on the original one.
Fair.
And I wasn't going to watch it after the Nun 2, because then I would get both plots jumbled in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, I was going to do that too, but then it's like, I'm probably going to mix the two up.
Yeah. So let's not do that. We'll just go with this one. But it didn't take too long for you to... Like, if you hadn't watched the first Nun, you can watch this movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely the nice thing about these films. It's great to watch all of them, but as standalone movies, they work. Like, you don't need any sort of setup.
That's part of the point of making about the plot. It's not... You're having to go, okay, where's that fit in? You know what I mean? You just take it as it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then the links are so tenuous anyway. You don't have to get super.
With this movie in particular, it's like they kind of told you everything that you needed to know about the first one in this one to get you up to speed, but without it being like like the Friday the 13th movies when they got to
27 or something.
Yeah, basically where they have like flashes of the other movies leading into it.
Talking of movies, I saw the trailer for Saw X before this one started, and I'm just like, nah. They're beating a dead horse. And now I've seen a clip. So they've been the posters all been about the eyeball trap.
Mm-hmm.
So what have they done? They went and posted a video with the eyeball trap, whatever it is. And you're like, that's your whole fucking hook to get people in the movie. What are you doing, you muppets?
Right.
Like, it's almost like they want the things to feel. Or maybe marketing people don't understand marketing.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely it. And it's a little bit of that, and it's also the whole Disney adage of advertising, like where they want to give you everything so that when you show up, you're like an idiot. Like, I remember that from the trailer. Because people don't want to be surprised by everything. Everybody wants everything ruined, so they know if it's safe or not. Yeah, I checked out. I can't remember. It was either 4 or 5.
It was 3. I checked it after 3. Because once I heard there was a 4, I'm like, nah, that's
3 was okay-ish. It was like, okay.
But it was a story arc closing.
What's that?
It was a story arc closing. The first 3 was a story arc. And I was more or less happy with the closing.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, folks, there's not much plot in this, so we're filling time.
Oh, there's plenty of plot that we can explain in 5 seconds. Yeah, man, like the SAR franchise, it was like torture porn had its moment, and it should have just rode off into the sunset like most other fads, but it stuck and it just got dumb as fuck. And that's kind of where that went. Like I saw Jigsaw and I thought that was okay, but that was also a weird year of everything getting the prequel reboots and shit, and it wasn't necessary.
No, basically they shit the bed by killing John Kramer in the third one, and now then they went, oh crap, we've still got legs in this. What do we do? And they're still doing it like 10 years later. And you're like,
it's like the only franchise I feel like can get away with this shit and it's okay has been like the Insidious series, where Lin Shaye died, but every fucking episode she's back in some, like somehow.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mind the Insidious series actually. Yeah, decent enough. I like that last one, The Red Door.
Yeah, no, I love the Insidious series.
But because it's shot the same way as the Conjuring series, you kind of sometimes meld the two together. And it's like, no,
it happens.
Yeah, you can't help yourself. You find yourself no, and you're like, no, different universe. Like, change the fucking color palette, people, a bit, so we can. Right. Yeah, so we're in this one. It's like, what the fuck was the point of Sister Deborah?
Who knows? Like, she definitely did not need to be in it. She barely added anything to this.
She added nothing. She was like, oh, I know, there's too much other people from other parts of the world. We need to insert an American right here. Talk about square peg, round hole.
I mean,
and her reason
like
for ending up in the Italian monastery
relief.
was like, sorry, mate.
I felt like she was supposed to be like the comic relief, and it's like, we didn't really need that.
You don't.
Like,
this
she
is
was okay, but
this is a movie you don't need comic relief in.
No,
you can have a tiny bit of levity, but this isn't the sort of movie that's you have the jokey character. It just doesn't fit.
Well, in all of these, it's like there's a bit of a dry sense of humor, but you don't really need much more than that.
Yeah, but yeah, she's just absolutely pointless. And this is the bit that gets me. I can understand Sister Irene going, she wanting away from everything, and then it's funny that the fact she's hearing the tales of her own legend.
Yeah, man, that's like some funny, like it's like some Luke Skywalker shit. Like, oh, I'm not gonna say anything.
Actually, funny enough, this guy I served with, Andy, and he was an absolute lunatic. And there's one time train exercise in Canada, he jumped the border into your country and went on the run for like 6 weeks. Nice. And he was back at depot, and there's people telling the story of him, like recruits are telling the story of him, and he was like standing behind him going, "Yeah, that's when you know we've made
it." Right, when you're a living legend.
Yeah, people don't know who you are, but you're this thing that people talk about, and that's I just laughed at that because I just remembered Andy, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's I've witnessed that in real life, and that's fucking brilliant. So the old nun, they're all peeling the potatoes, and God, there's this movie I watched, The Evil Down the Street, and there's a potato scene in it, and I can't really look at potatoes the same way again.
Fuck. Interesting.
Oh, it was a dumb scene. I mean, it was fucking dumb McDum-dum.
Oh, so not something I should bother looking up.
You'll love it. You'll be like,
oh, okay. What was that called again?
The Evil Down the Street. Check out my review.
Okay.
Maybe watch some of the channel you're part of.
Shit.
I know, a mad notion, eh?
Fuck, I don't got time for shit. Are you kidding me? I try, god damn it.
But yeah, they're the same with the potatoes, and she's telling the story of the old church and what happened, and nobody knows what happened to the nun, etc. And she's there watching, going, "Oh, right, okay." Did enjoy that. Yeah, and then it comes to the bit where the bishop arrives.
Yeah, that creepy old bastard. Like,
I don't know,
always look evil, and I feel like they're probably trying to not portray them as evil, but they look pretty fucking evil.
Oh, it's the Catholic Church. What do you expect?
Yeah,
evilest organization on the planet.
Yeah, I love that. It's like, we're gonna send an experienced exorcist and you. But I guess the exorcist we're gonna send, he's dead, so never mind. I guess fuck it, we'll just send you.
Yeah, they've only got one. They've only got one exorcist. Like, they don't have whole fucking wings of exorcists.
Well, they're busy catching other demons. That's
right.
What it was.
But this one was important.
Well, yeah, that's why they sent somebody that knew the demon.
Yeah, but we better help, no?
Well, that's where Sister Deborah comes into play because she fucking ran away.
Fucking whoop-de-doo. Like, you didn't see that coming a mile off.
Yeah.
Like, that was like the fucking wine jug, you know what I mean? She was the wine jug in human flesh. It's like, yeah, she's going to go as well. She's, she's sneaked on the train. Yep, no problem.
Right.
She's not even a friggin' full sister. She's like, well, I'm half sisters, not quite there yet.
I thought she had already taken her vows.
No, she still had the white thing, whatever that means.
Oh, I don't know.
Don't ask me. I'm not a fucking papist. Jesus Christ. Hell.
Yeah. That's way too much shit to try to remember when it doesn't matter at all.
What I'll say is this is better than Pray for the Devil. At least there's some sort of characters in this.
Fair.
Yeah, so now we have Arian on the hunt. I don't know. I think there maybe should have been a wee bit of a chase before he got to the school. I don't know. I just think.
I mean, we kind of got a chase in a sense, like the whole going through the village and then having her hallucinations and stuff. Which, I mean,
they were cool.
Dumb but fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was good visuals.
It's like, we get it. She's psychic. We got that from the first one. Let's move on with it a little bit.
Yeah, or at least have her abilities mastered a bit. See, that's what I don't
like.
So
don't that I
anymore.
understand. Like, she's trying to hide herself. Like, she doesn't want to be that because her mom was insane. And she's scared that she's going to be insane as well.
No, but her mother wasn't insane. Her mother was institutionalized. I think there's a difference.
Yeah, I mean...
You know what I mean? There's,
tomato.
Back in the end, you got stuck in an asylum. The minute you showed any sign of anything, right, off you go. No, but you think, and this is what annoys me about a lot of sequels these days. In fact, the worst franchise for doing it, and I know you don't expect much anyway, but the fucking Transformers franchise with the Sam Witwicky character. You think by the third movie his character would have progressed, but no, same dumb shit. And we're seeing it with this. They don't get the idea of the hero's journey and the student becoming the master. And that kind of annoys me. Like,
I'm surprised you even watch any of those. I didn't make it past the second one.
I got to the third one, I think. What was the one with Leonard Nimoy on it?
I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, I got the... I don't know. Fucking... I got one more than the second. The second one was fucking awful. I tried the third one.
I watched about half of it. Well, no, I guess I technically watched the entire movie, but I was leaving as soon as I could. It was not good.
Yeah, but it's a pattern repeating though. They don't know how to write. They don't know how to progress a character for a sequel. It's like they keep them the same. You don't go through something like that, like she did. You don't face a demon in the first one and come out victorious without growing as a person. And the thing, what annoyed me is that at the start in the monster, yes, you chose seclusion, but you had that wee bit of self-assuredness about her. And then they decided not to do anything with, you know what I mean? She should have been more confident. Embrace their abilities, that they're not a curse, they're a gift. If you're going down that theological
route. That was part of the struggle though throughout the movie, like the flashbacks of her mom having her issues and being taken away and stuff. It's like but
then she knew that wasn't her. Yeah, she knew it wasn't her mother's fault. It was her father, and the fact that the church embraced her, so she wasn't a pariah. She was actually being treated as a respected confidant. So the fact she was allowed to go in seclusion and give her a chance to, decompress basically after the ordeal, and then the fact that they had to come to her again, and so she's being respected for her abilities, not so she didn't have to hide them. So at that point, she should have had a bit of mastery, which was a bit of a shame because then it could have upped the ante for this movie.
I don't know. I feel like if she was like confident in her abilities, it would have gone a little bit different. There wouldn't have been as much struggle between her and Valak.
No, but then Valak would recognize an actual opponent and then would have stepped it up too.
I mean, I feel like Valak kind of stepped it up in this fucking series, this episode. This sequel. Point. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Having a fucking stroke today, I guess.
Yeah, good. And just there would have been, but I think it should have been hero and villain, not Valak still doing the oogie boogie spooky stuff, which is
I
he
mean, that's
would
kind of all
recognize
it
his
can stand
nemesis.
for.
I can get Valak playing the games with the schoolgirls and stuff, but when it came to Irene and recognizing that she's on his tail, he should have at least tried to tempt her. I mean, there should have been a bit more interplay between the characters at this point. Not the same shit because he's not dealing with a victim; he's dealing with an adversary. That's just where I felt that this is where I could have pushed it along a bit.
Fair.
Yeah. Because we're always getting the same beats of the first movie, which is fine with the other characters.
Yeah.
But not with Sister Irene. She's, she's a seasoned veteran now. So give her the place as a seasoned veteran.
Well, I mean, we kind of got that, though, because, I mean, this was, like, the whole reason she got sent in is Valak is going across the country, or going across the world, essentially doing the same shit she always did, try to build power, take blah, blah, blah. And then once Irene shows up, that's where things change and it goes a little bit different. So there is progression. I don't know. I bought it.
Yeah, I think it was just watered down a bit for my liking. Like I said, there was an opportunity there for some really good character acting, and they didn't bother. Come on with a cheap fucking.
I mean, all we need are cheap scares. Like that's that's why I go see shit.
I want more.
Like this is the kind of movie you go see with a couple friends. You get a thing of popcorn, and you just enjoy the ride. Like it's not a thinking type of movie.
Okay, sorry for thinking. But
yeah, stop thinking. That's stupid.
So I got myself into trouble. Yeah. One thing I have to say though, the camera work in this, spot on.
Mm-hmm.
Like the camera work, the imagery, the fact that the most of this takes place during daylight, but they managed to take you from daylight into complete darkness was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
They did it in the town with the wee delivery girl, and they did it in the school a lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's fucking scary, of course. Like, everybody expects spooky shit to happen at night, but when it's the middle of the fucking day and you're getting fucked up, yeah, that's terrifying.
Mm-hmm. I particularly like the scene on the stairs with, what do you call that wee girl?
Yeah, shit, I don't remember her name.
Didn't even put her name down.
Yeah, when she first... Or I guess, no, that's not when she first goes up.
No, it was just...
Yeah, it was a little bit later on.
It was after the chapel, but plus, right, if a chapel's dangerous, you don't just put a loose chain on
it. Right?
I pity they didn't have a handyman or something in the place to nail a couple of boards.
Yeah, right. It's like they have a guy, like a handyman that lives on campus. Why wouldn't they just do that?
Just two 2x4s up down the middle of the thing, job done. That door's not opening.
Yeah, but then we don't find the eyes and the really cool laser pointer.
Oh god, that was so fun. Were you the same as me? Somebody's sitting there going,
yeah. Hey man, I mean it works. Like it was effective. So I mean, whatever.
See if they CGI that in, I would laugh. See if they spent like $100,000 CGI on that laser penning.
Right.
That's when you need to go and fucking hit people a good slap. If you're the studio and that's what they did, instead of just getting a laser pointer. Like
right.
you
have like a $5 laser pointer.
Yeah, that's what you have to
get a laser pointer.
Yeah. That's what you have to have words with people.
Right. Yeah, no, I dug that shit.
The setup with like I said, of course, there's an out of bounds place in the school, so of course kids are going to go and explore.
Yeah,
it.
I mean, duh.
Yeah, that's just an open invitation, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't the mean girls die? Like they protected the mean girls the whole way through this.
Yeah, I don't know. It's always nice to see the assholes die.
Yeah, like this movie's bigoted because there's that wee girl doing the deliveries working, And I think it was the same Mean Girls that were like, "You're working class. You have to work. We're snobby boarding school prep girls. Like you dickheads." There was some how to say though quick and cut off. There were some brutal scenes in this.
Oh yeah, yeah. There were quite a few. Just like the kills and the jump scares were so fucking just done right. I loved it.
Yeah, because basically what we're saying is Valak's obviously been to various places. He's looking for this artifact, and yeah, nobody's off limits apart from Mean Girls. Are okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't kill the rich kids.
Of course, only poor people are to die. That's the way of things. When they're sort of doing the investigative part, which was a wee bit convenient, but I suppose they couldn't spend too much time on it. Everything just, here's the answers. I thought all demons were fallen angels. I thought that's the way the mythos went.
I mean, they are.
So why is it a revelation that Valak's a fallen angel?
Because they're really bad at their job. That would be my guess. I thought that shit was pretty funny. It's like that's literally in your Bible and shit. Like that they're all fallen angels. Like they all left to follow the fallen angel, the fucking morning star. Like, why is that a big deal? I loved it was dumb, but I loved how there was just so much speed behind everything. Like, oh my god, we gotta go talk to this guy at the library. Jump in a cab speeding, everything's crazy. It's like I could have just like not even shown us that. It would have been okay.
That's the way they drive in France, though. That's actually not.
Oh, is it?
The drive they got in France.
Gotcha.
That's
American.
normal.
I've never been over that way.
Yeah, that's normal.
Okay. All right. Never mind. I'll take that back.
You'd be all right. The drive's on the same side of the road as you, so they're weird like that. You'd be all right. Fucking see that central reservation in fucking Paris. God.
I'm cool. I've never really had the desire to go to Paris.
Nah, that's even worse, man. It's a big shithole.
Yeah, I can imagine. Lots of crack and smelly people, so I'm cool without that. Yeah. I live in Ogden.
But yeah, let's forget the Embassy Maurice. This sort of side plot. I was worried that he's kind of nonsense a wee bit. He's getting way too attached to that wee girl.
Yeah,
borderline creepy.
It was a little weird. I mean, I get it. The end game was to bang the mom, but you're coming a little strong there, champ.
Yeah. You'd think he was simple or something at the start, the way to the beginning, because I don't believe that was his character. His character's a bit more sass to him in the first one.
Yeah, but a lot of shit's happened in between the first one and this one, so I can understand a little bit of a personality change.
Yeah,
I mean, especially
it gets revealed. It gets revealed why, but he's just going around. I was scratching my head, going, "What the hell's wrong with him?"
Fair,
because he's going around like the lawnmower man,
Oh, God, that was definitely a movie.
Yep. But yeah, we kind of get the reveal that he's based that after the scene in the first one, Valak's been hiding out on him and just using them.
Yeah, I mean, I love the shadows that they used in this for Valak. Like, probably the coolest scene was when he was walking out of the first chapel where the priest burnt, and you see the big ass shadow of Valak kind of shrinking down behind him. I was like, yeah, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, fun times. And then it just descends into chaos.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of like. There's really not a lot going on in this movie. Like, as we're talking about it, I realized like, fuck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There wasn't much plot.
It was good.
It's no plot, load of action.
Yeah, which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
I mean,
what I will
Irene
say,
finds out why Valak is there
Mhm.
because there's a holy relic, one of the saints.
Eyeballs.
I forget which saint it was, but
I didn't care.
had her eyes cut out when she was getting burnt as a witch or some.
No, the
shit.
tried to burn her as a witch. No, it was pagans burnt her.
Oh yeah, it was the pagans. Yeah.
All the
And
pagans.
she wouldn't burst into flames.
She hadn't the decency to burn into flames, so they cut her eyeballs out because that's the next logical step.
I mean, it's just as logical as Catholics keeping body parts from, random people and saying it's a holy relic. So it's okay.
Still better than bumming kids, I suppose. That's it. Fuck yeah. So all this budget spent, all this time, and what do we get for the actual relic? It's a fucking tinder box.
Yeah, we don't even see anything. That was very disappointing. All we see is it opens and then there's a burlap sack.
Doesn't even fully open. It opens with a wee bit of cloth.
And it's like, cool, man. Just do this. A couple more things, and then we get these nasty shriveled eyeballs, and we can all just go, ew, and that's fun.
Yeah, but no.
I mean, I guess they're holy, so we're not supposed to go ew to them or some shit. I will say I was a little disappointed when Valak actually got them and, turns into Mega Valak, but
and
the
nothing
eyes
happens.
don't change. It's like, why couldn't the eyes change a little bit? I mean,
it could go.
It happened. She was better with the Force, like throwing people around and shit. But yeah, why didn't the eyes change?
Everyone should have been wiped out. You put it like this: if that was a deadite, a normal deadite, well, first of all, that entire school would be dead. But it was a deadite with a holy relic that it turned its own devices. Game over.
Yeah.
So nothing actually happened.
Well, I mean, it's set up because, of course, like as time progresses, we realize that Sister Irene is a part of the lineage of Saint What's Her Bucket, which was kind of a cool side story. But
I thought they were going to make the other nun, Deborah. I thought they were hinting at that. And I was like, see if you make that annoying fucking twat, the fucking chosen one.
I didn't think they were going to do that. I figured it was Irene because I mean
they were kind of hinting towards it.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the draw to somewhere else. That's the hey, look over here.
Yeah.
So I kind of figured it was Irene because I mean that just makes sense. How else did she beat the demon last time? I mean that scene was pretty cool at the end though, like where everything's destroyed and Valak's Mega Valak and is trying to burn Irene and she doesn't burn. Like that was pretty fun.
Yeah, but the goat scene just
oh man, the goat would have been much more effective if we didn't actually see that face. I thought that face was pretty bad.
I was thinking Drag Me to Hell.
See if it would have been more over the top, yeah, definitely.
But how are they able to, like, twice the fucking closing the door, just the last minute thing? The door should have been smashed to smithereens. Like they're kids, like they're young kids. There's no way they were holding that thing was charging full. I mean, twice.
At least one of them got stabbed, so that was pretty funny.
Yeah, just a wee bit though.
Yeah, not an immortal wound type.
And it was CGI blood.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to defend CGI blood ever because it's terrible.
We will fucking fight right now. You even start that shit.
No, fuck no. Like I said, I won't defend that shit. I don't like it. I think it's fucking lame. But in instances like this, I sort of understand because it's so fucking dark. Like you're not really gonna get too much going on. But yeah.
Because at least when the headmistress got her head caved in, they just need to spill some blood right in the place. That was, doesn't cost much.
Right. Except for cleanup, and that's about it.
Oh wow. That's that's right. Things are so hard for people now. Oh, booking them up. Oh my god, what do we do? Do you remember people used to give a shit?
Yeah.
I will
Well,
say
there
this,
used to be a point in time when movies were made to be movies, not cheap and
product,
fast
yeah.
and get asses in seats.
God. I will say Batman 89 did the bell tower better.
Well, I mean, yeah, duh.
Like, I just couldn't. Like, that whole Belfry scene, I'm just like, da, 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 da. I was just waiting for Sister Irene to switch her cloak. If she had to put on her fucking nun cloak thingy and be like, swish, and fucking Valak up there.
That'd have been hilarious.
That would have just been, there was so much. This could have been a complete parody. In fact, somebody needs to make the Nun 2 parody. It'd be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, the Wayans brothers need to get on this shit.
Yeah. But yeah, that whole scene and so much CGI and that whole thing, the Rockman thing and stuff, you're like, no way that wee girl. See us holding on one hand, especially when you're like a 10-year-old girl or something, and a grown arse adult is like climbing up after you. Have no chance. Like, what was the point of
that? I mean, it's a horror movie, so she's got to be the final girl, I guess.
But that particular scene, if Valak had been maybe jumping over and her escaping just in time as he crashed on top of it, but this whole thing of her holding on one hand, him grabbing her ankle, that should have been it. Game over for the two of them. But once again, they're just not thinking. Like, you can do tension and drama, but have a bit of fucking grip in reality. Look, I'm getting so upset.
It's very important to stay grounded when there's a 15-foot tall demon nun with glowing eyes. Definitely good to stay grounded in reality.
But that's where you enjoy the fantastical, when the actual real stuff is real.
That's true.
Like weight and gravity. You know what I mean? You keep that real, so when something fantastical turns up, you're like, oh shit, right? But when weight and gravity goes out the window, everything's a cartoon.
Fair.
Sorry, I'm doing the thing again. But those things are so easily fixed and sorted out that it doesn't cost anything. Just have her just about scramble and jump off before he lands, and then the whole thing come crashing. Then you get the gravitas of how precarious the situation was. Not do every dumb trope that's been done 100 times.
I mean, it is a horror movie. You're kind of supposed to do that.
Yeah.
You got to check the boxes. Come on, man. Everybody knows that.
We're having a talk about that last night. I was like, it's not actually nasty. It's just dumb, But they keep doing this, they keep doing that. I'm like, no, that's laziness in writing. And it's only slashers. Not every horror movie is a slasher. Anyway, not really much. Like, the whole end bit is just chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And noise and blah, because you've got the two scenes, and Sister Deborah was supposed to be the hero, but she was screaming just like she was doing nothing really. And suddenly,
I mean, she kind of worked as like a distraction in a way, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, we need 10 more minutes of plot, which is what I'm saying. If I had taken that 10 minutes and put it into the chase, of the investigation, and get a bit more of the lore and build Valak up a bit more.
I get it though, because like if you only give bits and pieces, you can keep the franchise going, like this particular story. So that it's more of a reveal in coming episodes of this franchise.
They're not going to do another prequel, between because obviously this is all leading up to The Conjuring.
Yeah, but I feel like that's like they can get away with that kind of shit, just like how Insidious does it. Like it's open enough that they can move around and they can revisit shit constantly. So I don't know. I can see them making another one.
Then at some point, Arian has to die.
I mean, maybe.
No, but honestly, Arian has to get defeated because the Warrens have to take over. Because then you lose the whole agency of the Warrens, and that whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I guess if Valak's still around, yeah, that would probably make sense. So there'll probably be a third one, and that's when she'll get taken out.
Mm-hmm.
The blessing scene, or the exorcism scene,
The
whatever.
blood of the wine thing, yeah.
Man, that was sad. That was a lot of alcohol abuse. Like, I don't know though, drowning in like
I stopped drinking a
gallons
couple
and
of weeks
gallons
ago
of
there.
one. What's that?
I stopped drinking a couple of weeks ago there.
Yeah,
My like third week I had no booze.
nice.
And I still felt sad.
Yeah, that was a whole lot of wasted wine.
Mm-hmm.
Although
And
I'm
plus,
sure at that point it would probably almost be like fucking vinegar because of the fact that the monks are gone and it's just kind of there. There's nobody taking care of it, so I bet that would have smelled real funky.
but you know why some casks age really well,
Mm-hmm.
and that's in like some beautiful stuff there.
Yeah, but they also care for him. Like it's
Yeah.
it's not just to leave it in the corner and kind of just let it do its thing.
No, you have to aerate it and
Mm-hmm.
play about and stuff. And God, I miss all my brain kit. that started, that started good into that hobby, and I was like, yeah. Once again, I think if it hadn't been like that Sister Deborah character should have been like, nah, gone, serve no purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Have a decent exorcist or two, and then have them tested to the limit that they've never encountered anything like this before.
Mm-hmm.
And then that would have been the good thing. And then Arian restoring the exorcist faith.
Yeah.
And then led to her now leading maybe a secret version of nuns, the holy lineage sort of thing. They could do something like that and have her like the master now if they're going to do a third one. Because they need if she comes back as same Dublin character for the third one, I'm not in. I'm out. Like at this point, she needs to become a master. Seasoned veteran.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like at this point they need to actually like make her a legit exorcist.
Mm-hmm. But even it's different, because there's theological stuff and that what they do, why they can't. But there's no reason why they can't have her as a separate secret entity for stuff like this. Why not? You don't have to change everything. You can still. That's one thing about the RCs. They have all their secret groups and stuff, societies. So why not a secret group of nuns that do exorcisms, or not necessarily exorcism, but they have a different focus.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, back to masculine and feminine energy. Both are just as valid as each other and both complement. You're allowed to have that.
Yeah.
Because that's what I hate about Pray for the Devil, because they made her a dude at the end. Because they dressed her up as a priest and made her a dude priest. Fucking nun. I was like, why do that? You take away her agency as a nun. As a woman, what I mean? This stupid fucking world we're living in now is like, it hates women. It's funny.
I mean, that's nothing new.
Yeah. But so on. Yeah, and that's it. They did that praying scene, turned water into blood. I tell you what, that Jesus bloke must be really pissed off every time when they did that. You picture him in the bowl about to go, and then you bastards again.
Yeah, man, he's got to be really tired all the time.
Yeah,
so much blood loss, and he's tanked like constantly.
Well. Yeah, because if that becomes the blood of Christ, does the blood of Christ become the wine of Christ then on the other side? Every time he's getting completely sloshed. Way.
Yeah.
There you go. That was it.
Seeing this note of the post-credit scene, it's like I honestly don't remember what the fuck it was.
Okay,
I went and saw it last Sunday, and it's already out of my mind.
That's what I told you. You were arguing with me too, and I'm like, yeah, this is such a forgettable movie, like most of them.
Well, I mean, I'm also running on no fucking sleep because I tried to pretend that I'm not old and that I could party all fucking weekend.
No. You just gotta embrace it, dude.
Yeah, no,
you just gotta understand at 10 o'clock. It's Betty Buys.
Well, the bad thing is, it's like the vast majority of the people that I was fucking hanging out with over the weekend are all old fucking people. And yeah, it's like I'm right in the middle ground of the age demographic, and all of them were hanging way more than me.
Yeah, but then they're going to go back for a 2-day sleep
That's true.
because they're all retired. Don't give a shit. So yeah, they've been napping all week for the weekend party. They go to party all weekend, and then they're going back and they're just sleeping like Monday, Tuesday right through.
Yeah, that sounds lovely.
So that's the difference. You got to learn to understand. It's like, nah, when you got to do shit, you got to save up for your partying time now.
Yeah, definitely.
So basically, what happens? There's a load of like when they're doing the credits, they're doing like loads of video shots and stuff, and the Conjuring universe type thing. What they do, then it just goes to the Warrens. I think it's the first scene in the Conjuring where the phone rings, and the daughter's like, "It's father such and such," and Patrick Wilson's character's like, "Oh right, yes, yeah, how can I help?" And then that's it.
Oh yeah, okay.
That was it.
Yeah, just leading into the next one.
That was it. Just leading into the Conjuring.
Yeah.
So,
which that'll be fun. I mean, I fucking love those movies.
Did the Nun 1 have a post-credit scene?
I honestly don't remember. It's been a minute since I've watched it.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's it. It basically says if it's leading into the Conjuring now, so...
Well, and it's funny because it's like, of course, we already know that because that's supposed to be next year.
What's next year?
The next Conjuring.
Oh, right, yes. I can't remember the title. It's seen the thing for it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. That
was
was...
movie. It was good. I really enjoyed it, but I also am a sucker for these kinds of movies. Like, it doesn't even have to be good. I'll just enjoy it.
It's good popcorn. Like I said, it'll be popcorn flick. Just the fact that it's an entire franchise, just tighten up the plots a wee bit. It doesn't mean much.
I don't give a fuck about that.
That's where we differ.
Yeah.
No, just like I said, just niggly things that would just be tightened up and give it. Like, I'm still not getting the full. I'm not terrified of Valak. Like, I don't get the gravitas of Valak, and that's my problem.
Well, it's so funny too, because if you look up like the biblical description of what Valak is, it's like so fucking different. It's hilarious.
Oh,
so in that case, it's way scarier. And Bonnie Andrews, I think that's her name, Bonnie Andrews. She's fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, it does. The facial expressions and that and stuff. I think the problem is being an Evil Dead fan. That's demons, and you don't get that. Like, there's nowhere else does the demons are actually just going to screw you just for the fun of it. And that's what I miss. That's what I want to see with demons. Demons are thinking. We've seen so many, zombies and blah blah blah, and they're all like, demons are meant to be more. Demons are meant to be cunning and mess with you. And I'm not getting that with Valak.
Well, it's a very subtle bit. Like, it's the whole I'm in the shadows. You can see me, but I'm not here. Just like the scene where the girl's coming down the stairs and Valak's right there at the wall in the shadows, and it's fucking scary. Then they kick open the door and it hits essentially the sun hits the demon and it just turns into like cracked paint and stuff. Like,
but it's still there.
That's the kind of shit that Valak does, and I'm all for it because it's like, are you going crazy or is this actually happening? And that's kind of the grounds that she plays on. But
then it should be different when he faces Herring.
Yeah,
because they've been through all that. So it's a case of you're here. That's where the interaction should change because old nemesis meeting each other.
Well, I don't know, man. It's still like the whole idea of like the psychological warfare before the actual warfare. It makes sense. Like, you're going to break down somebody's faith and wits, hopefully, so that they're an easier target.
Oh, well. Enjoy myself.
Yeah, I'm pretty jealous, man. I wish I could have seen it in the same way. Well, not the tiredness. Like, I can live without that.
I've had been way away. And they were doing all this smoke and steam stuff at the front of the cinema as well. So you're getting like the dry ice.
Yeah,
stuff messing about during it. And that was cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the last movie that I would have seen something like that. I mean, we don't have 40X around here. We have D-Box, which it's essentially just a chair that moves and vibrates. And it's how I saw, I think, the first Star Wars sequel, which was pretty fun. Spilled popcorn everywhere. And fuck, what was the other one? Oh yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Yeah, that was like the best part about that movie. I don't even remember the movie, but the chair was fun. But this is definitely one I wish I could have seen like that.
Yeah, it was cool. It was just, and they did it right instead of just being, bzz, 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 you know, the actual movement of the camera and stuff actually worked. But I was just
Nice.
ball bagged. I just, like I said, part of me was thinking, could I sleep through this and then go to 10:31? And I was like, no, it's going to pass it. And yeah, if I go to sleep, I'm out. So I was like, no, gotta stay awake, gotta do it. I was glad the water sprays, at least that woke me up a wee bit.
That's awesome.
But there we go. That was fun. Yeah, we'll see what happens next.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's one of them. It's lasagna. Let's be honest, these franchises are lasagna, just nice, comforting. Not trying to do too much.
Yep.
I'm just a picky bastard.
Old reliable, man. Like,
yep.
Can't go wrong with that.
Coolio. Right. So we have next thing's up. I'm on with Dale on Thursday to talk about Heavenly Creatures. I'm sure I'll do a few movies in between then. I'm sure you'll open stuff and get a chance pop on at some stage. But as always, keep up to date with the channel. Do the typey clicky things. Until next time, keep it creepy. Keep it horrific.